show the quickest way that I've found. I've tried a few different ways to farm these engineering materials for the Thargoid engineering materials, and there's a few different reasons why you need these. The most common reason, or the reason that I'm farming them right now, like there's a few different reasons that you need them. One is to like get premium ammunition for your anti-Thargoid weapons. What I'm actually unlocking right now is the turreted azimuth enhanced multicannons, which are apparently the new meta for Elite, and I just have to say it every time I talk about this. I don't know why they made turreted the new meta. Absolutely ridiculous. I'm used to fighting fixed, and I just think it should be like a no-brainer that fixed is the meta, but apparently they don't offer them in fixed, so oh well. With that out of the way and off my chest, yeah, I've prepared my body to run these turreted guns. That's what we're gonna do. But firstly, it should be like, almost go without saying, that you need a little bit of engineering in your ship. I'm going to put most of the tutorial right at the beginning of the video, just so that you can see me do it once or twice, because the whole stream is going to be like 8 hours long. But yeah, there's going to be very dense information packed, like tutorial right at the beginning, and then you can go ahead and screw off and watch your other favorite streamer or whatever. Or drop into my Twitch and say hi if you're watching this post like after the fact. But you need a little bit of engineering in your ship. You're probably going to want some anti-Thargoid weapons. I opt for the modified Mbuni, the pre-engineered Mbuni plasma chargers that I got at a CG like a long time ago. They used to be top of the line like meta elite stuff. Now they're still that, except for you can't use them at the Titan sites, which is why I want to get these multi-cannons unlocked. You're going to want some repair limpets. I opt to grab 16 because that's about as long as I can stay out to eject all 16 at some point. I still have a few left over by the time I come back to station. This is in the place of the repair limpets that I usually run. So we actually don't have a lot of longevity. We got rid of our longevity just so that we could fight or pick up the materials off of the creatures that we're fighting. Now, you need like manufactured Thargoid materials, so to speak. I don't know what they're actually called, but that's basically what they are. As well as like data from the Thargoids. So the scouts and the interceptors actually drop the same data. Just straight up. You scan a scout, you're gonna get the exact same like data pool as if you scan an interceptor. So what I've actually found is the fastest way to get these materials is to put on your collector limpet, get your Thargoid scanner, get some hull engineering at least in your ship. You won't need engineered like thrusters or really anything else besides maybe your power plant and your distributor if you're running into power issues to go do what I'm about to do. But we're going to go look for threat 4 and 5. And normally when you're out here doing this, if you're hunting Thargoid for sport, you're gonna land at the nav beacon so that you can scan all of these signal sources at once. But because we're out here, we're gonna, and you're actually looking for like a singular interceptor at each one of these. Like the way that my clan used to make money was to have like 2 wings looking for Medusa signal sources, and then we'd all drop at the nav beacon and scan all the sources at once, and we'd bounce from signal source to signal source and just murder Medusas left and right and left and right. But since we're spending so long at the actual site, it's better to just scan for them, because taking a trip over to the nav beacon is a lot slower than just identifying the one threat 5. And we spend a lot of time here, so if we stop at the nav beacon and then come out and then land at the threat 5 or 4, whichever one you're doing, or 6, whatever, and then you farm up all the materials, by the time you come out, because it's such a lengthy process, we're not speed running Goids, we're farming scouts in, contrast. All the signal sources will be reset. So it's faster to just manually scan for crap when you're doing it this way. So I'll just show you the flow that I found is the best. One thing I'm going to say in advance, if we die after collecting a fair amount of materials, that's a death warp, and I'm happy with it. Okay, so funny enough, what I'm going to do here, normally, like under normal circumstances, I would fight this guy. Like if I was just out here for fun. But because it's an interceptor and we don't want an interceptor, we want a bunch of scouts, because that's going to give us the best time to material ratio, we're just going to scan him and screw off. That's it. That's all we're doing. We're just going to scan him and screw off. If you're a role player, you can go back there and pick up the you know, the rescue capsule, whatever, with the person inside it, but we don't really care about that. So I just have to find one of these little scout sites to show you, and it's pretty simple. I'll explain it just so that you don't have to keep watching. I hate it when tutorials like drag you into it. Like, I like information pack tutorials where they kind of talk about the important stuff and then let you go on your way. So I'll talk about it before I even get there. Basically, the whole flow is, once we find a 4 or 5, we'll drop in there, and it's either a singular Thargoid or it's going to be a ton of scouts. And we want to see a ton of scouts. And we've got our 2 fire groups right next to each other. One fire group has the scanner, and the other fire group has just a volley of 4 pre-engineered Mbuni plasma chargers on it, which one shots a scout. So we just scan it, switch fire groups, 1 shot a scout. After the first... Actually, I'm like, right when I land, I'll eject all of my, or deploy all of my collector limpets. So then we scan it, 1 shot it, the collector limpets instantly go to work. We're going to be tanking these scouts to the face the entire time. So I'm going to crawl out of here at like 2 to 10% hull, or I'm going to blow up, which is actually a death warp, which is fine. At this point in the game, like end game content, you should have expendable income. And I'm going to spawn right at that station that's right there. This is a great place as well to farm these, is Asterope, A-S-T-E-R-O-P-E. It's because when you spawn at a station, it's called Copernicus Observatory. It's the only station in system, you can't miss it. It's right next to a bunch of signal sources. So it's faster than flying back to the station if I die. I try not to die because it's just like wasting money, but... yeah, we found another... Oops, that's not what we wanted. We found another regular scepter. These guys aren't innately, like, they won't aggro you right when they see you. What they're doing here isn't even a kiss, is what we call it, the electricity. They're actually just scanning you as you scan them, so that's kind of cute. Anyway, we're going to deploy all of our collector limpets right off rip. 3 is what I got. I got a class 5A, just for range, and we're just trying to make things go as quickly as possible. And then, yeah, like I said, I basically already said it. You scan the scout, shoot it, and then it should pop. Your collector limpets go to work. You deploy your cargo scoop. You try to stay kind of in the same spot and like dodge maybe a little bit, but mostly you just face tank all of the scouts. And if you don't have a ton of expendable income, dip out once you get to around like 30-20% hull, just so that you don't die. And yeah, by the time you leave, if you're able to successfully farm every single scout at the site, you'll have a lot of materials. Like, to put it into perspective, I think I farmed, what is it? Like 30, you can farm like 30 mats at each site. Well, there's like anywhere from like 4 to 16 scouts at each one of these, and each scout gives you 3 data and up to 3 manufactured mats with an average of like 2. So you get an average of 3 per scout, and each one of those multiplies by 3 when you collect it. So you get an average of 9 per scout. So if you just have 4 scouts on site, you get 36 engineering mats. Whereas if you have 14, you multiply that by 9, you're going to have 126 engineering mats just on that one site. And that's split between data and manufactured, with, of course, you getting more manufactured than data. But that's just the ratio of manufactured to data anyway. You just do this, like, I don't know, quite a few times probably. I'm going to do it like 5 or 6 times to max all of my engineering mats, just so I can go unlock whatever I want. And yeah, you're set. Like, it should take like an hour or 2 to max your Thargoid engineering materials from what I've seen. And that's just the ones that you use to unlock the equipment. Now, you can get unlucky like I'm getting right here and just not see any Thargoids. Just sick. It happens. Definitely happens. If you're not a gambler like I am, I believe in luck and I believe in my luck. I always seem to get unlucky at the worst times, but then like lucky the rest of the time. So of course, while doing the materials like grind, I wouldn't find any scouts, but yeah, we'll find them eventually. And then no doubt, once I just kind of hit a flow and stop talking about it, we'll just find nothing but scouts. So that's all the important stuff. You can go do it. Or you can watch me prove that it works too. That's the other way. I would tell you when to skip ahead in the video too. But, you know, there's always that chance, which I don't think will happen, that I hit the next 10 sites and there's not scouts at any of them. So if you don't want to gamble on just like dropping on signal sources, go scan the nav beacon first. And then you can hit source after source after source. Okay, so the reason we don't kill these guys too, these guys are easy. I can kill them in like under 2 minutes, but they only drop like 3 or 4 engineering materials, which actually translates to about 9 to 12 engineering mats, which is nowhere near as good as the 36 to 126 that we said we'd get if we found scouts instead. So yeah, we want scouts. I think threat 4s might actually have a higher chance of just scouts. So doing threat 4s might be the way. Might be like the only play. What's funny is I don't know, because the guys that taught me how to hunt like interceptors said just don't go to threat 4s. It's not worth it. I don't actually even know what's at them. It might be just scouts, which in this specific scenario, it's worth. And this was years ago that I used to do this. Ever since then, I've been just doing the Thargoid war and defending the bubble. I came out here with my boy yesterday just to teach him, like some Thargoids, like one-on-one, you know, because this is a great place to find singular interceptors. Just chilling, nothing else. Yeah, here's some scouts. Yeah, threat 4 might be the play. Just straight up. Okay, yeah. We're gonna scan it. For some reason, my plasma chargers are deactivated, so that's great. For some reason, my paddles aren't working, so that's also great. Why the hell aren't my paddles working? Oh, no. Yeah, there's something going on here. My friend said when your paddles aren't working, there's some preset in here. This is so lame. This game is so buggy. I'm just gonna unplug my joysticks and plug them in. See if it worked. It did. Okay, we're good. I love it. I love it. Could have been my joystick that was the problem. Also, you want to have night vision on. Almost goes without saying. Anyway, yeah. The modified and Booney plasma chargers are D-Way. Anyone who says Gauss cannons are D-Way has no taste for sport. But they're great on a team. If you get an actual hit, like a direct hit, was a bold statement I just made. But on the real, yeah, if you have a good cold orbit ship, did those instantly die? I think they might have gotten shot. If you have a good cold orbit ship, you can solo Hydras with the modified Mbuni plasma chargers, the pre-engineered ones. Which I think is pretty cool. Of course, given enough skill and practice. So you can see it's pretty fast. Once you actually bust a flow, you just scan, kill, rinse, repeat. All good. As long as you can land your shots, which I'm no god, you know, none of us are. Both of those were indirect hits. I want to make sure we always have as many collectors out as possible. The one thing about Mbuni plasma chargers, I think like literally the one drawback is that they make that giant cloud of purple crap when you hit them. My weapons are purple, so of course my cloud of crap is purple, but yep. Now we just let our collector limpets do all the work for us, and we're set. I might, in fact, already have all the materials that I need. But yeah, if your ship can take it, try to find scouts at a 5 because there's gonna be like 12 scouts there. But it's seeming like the more efficient way to just kind of stay out and do this is to go to the 4. And you saw I disconnected my joystick and had to mess with my controls and just face tanked Goids for probably 30% of my hull or more. But you do take a lot of damage when you have 12 of them shooting at you as opposed to just the 4. So if you're not fully engineered, I definitely suggest probably just doing the 4s. Don't do the 5s. But if you think you're hardcore, just go ahead and do the 5s. There will be a lot less jumping around and a lot more farming and action. So there's only a minute. This is actually a trick I found. If you're gonna fly past your mark, deselect it and your guy de-throttles a lot faster, because if you're over accelerated from what the game wants you to be at, you'll decelerate slower by design because the devs want to waste your time if that wasn't already apparent by the time you hit in-game. So yeah, if you're gonna accidentally loop a shame, just deselect your target and down throttle and you won't even fly past it. Pretty sick, huh? Oops. What the hell happened there? accidentally boosted. I got a bit of stick drift too on my stupid flight stick. Anyway, that's the end of the tutorial. Pretty decent rate of collection. Might kick on some music and just kind of farm it up at this point. I'll one shot if I'm within 1.5 kilometers. The volley just does less damage if I'm not. So that's why it sometimes one shots and sometimes doesn't. Yeah, these two specific teeth. Stuff loves to get lodged between. And basically I have to floss them directly after every meal. Otherwise I go insane. That feels much better. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing this for a minute, so I better kick on music before I forget. Or later, I'm still not listening to music. That's how it would go. I gotta hear and make sure because sometimes the music just comes through as static because Streamlabs is awful and I would never recommend anybody use Streamlabs. So I gotta listen for a second here. Recommend anybody use Streamlabs. So I gotta listen for a second here. I'm gonna turn it way up for a second. And then do my little mic check or listen. Yeah, sounds good. This is one of the more fun grinds in the game. Because you actually get to shoot stuff. Albeit it's just scouts. You also scan them. It's kind of cool. This does take systems energy to pull this scan off, but I think it's just like an infinitesimal amount. Oh yeah, I need to deploy my cargo scoop or else I can't actually scoop any of this. Ooh, got a frame there. Wow, it keeps giving me frames right when I... That one was bad skill. Yeah, okay, there we go. Oh, that guy thinks he's funny. Oops. Why aren't my... Something over here that I'm just... My limpets aren't picking up for some reason. Oh, it's a heat sink. Okay. What's this? FSD rig. Okay. Got everything we could get. I think I could do another one. Now, I don't care if I die too. The death warp is so much faster than flying back to the station to repair. So much faster. If I lose my canopy, it's not really good news. I can't even repair it because I'm running the collector limpet. So, yeah, we don't want to lose our canopy because then we don't have an aiming reticle, and that's no fun. We don't want hydras. I'm only at 38%, so I'm not feeling a threat 5. I think I'll keep doing 4. Another fun fact, when that bottom speed bar gets into the blue, you can just kick your throttle to full again. And it'll tell you to slow down the entire time, but that's because they want you to waste your time. Oh, I'm caustic. It's really not good. Wow, this is a tanky. Oh, it's because I had all my pips in systems. My guns must not have been fully charged on that last volley. Brett. Now we wait for our collectors to do their work. This is the stick jitter I'm talking about. Look at my guy's hand. I actually had to adjust my dead zones. So that he didn't... So that doesn't translate into actual shit movement. Like, really bad. Did we get it? I wonder if we just got it. I don't think so. I think our limpet grabbed it before we could. What is our limpet doing, dude? It's like flying away from us. I wouldn't mind a little repair. We somehow ended up right next to the station again, so just grab a little repair. But first, holy hell, that's a lot of signal sources. Give me a 4. Let's go. They're all gonna aggro onto me instantly because there are no NPCs here. So I'm gonna keep moving until I at least kill the first one. bring that DPS a little lower. Might even pop a heatsink. I don't know if the heatsinks actually affect their targeting. Though it looks like it does, because I'm... Ooh. Yeah, once they get into 750 meters of you, being below 20% doesn't do anything for your... to their target systems. They'll still hit you, I should say. But if you're below 20% heat and you're moving at an optimum vector velocity lateral to them, outside of the 750 meter range, they won't be able to hit you. At least that's how it works with the big Thargoids. I'm pretty sure that's how it works with the scouts too. These guys like to aim for your modules, and my module reinforcement package just went offline, so we're cutting it to the T, but that's alright. There's no other way to play. Fly dangerous, commanders. Besides, how else are scouts going to be a challenge if I don't have a reticle and I've killed like 26 already? That's how they're going to be a challenge. Oh, I do have a reticle. Sometimes you don't get a reticle when your canopy gets breached. Sometimes you do. I don't know what stipulates that, but... I'm actually out of limpet ammo, so after I pick up these propulsion elements, I have to go back to the station. Oh, there's some wreckage components over there too. Get my other limpet on that. And now we wait. This is the most hardcore waiting for a limpet scenario I've ever been in. Doom Music will do that. Another fun fact, the mail slot, which is where you go into the station, always rotates counterclockwise. So you can see at the bottom on the left which direction it's rotating. You can find the mail slot like that. And I only say that because sometimes the arrows on that little hologram that point to the mail slot aren't there. So if the arrows aren't there and you don't know, you're like kind of confused, like which side to get in on. Just, yeah, remember it always rotates counterclockwise. And don't forget your limpets. I probably have everything I need. I just want to be sure. We need more core dynamics composites so badly. I don't know, propulsion elements, yeah, like we're good on those. For show. Weapon parts, yeah, we're good on those. Maybe? Yeah, definitely. I don't want to see the encoded. I mean, this is so fast, too. I'm just going to go grind out, like, one more set of sites, and then we'll definitely be good on everything. I kind of want to take a peek, actually, at my... what's it called? Yeah, my encoded materials. I can't remember what it's called that we need. It's pretty obvious, though. Ship flight data, that's one of them. Ship systems data, we probably need more of those. The Thargoid ship signatures, we don't need those for what we're trying to unlock. Yeah, we'll just grind out another ring of scouts and we'll be all right. Another set of 16 limpets should do the trick. Yeah, you can see the jitter when I'm just moving around. I'm not doing this with my joystick, it's just the jitter. And I've gotten decent at just working around it, but it's kind of assy, kind of AIDSy. I need to get a new flight stick pretty bad. I think when it says, you know, it doesn't say what kind of encoded material you got, you just don't get any. Which never happens with the interceptor, but sometimes happens with the scouts. But when you do this method, you get more scans off than when you are scanning interceptors. Oh my gosh. Like when it just, like I'm like barely coming up and then it just flies past my target. That's all stick jitter, like, it's so messed up. I've learned to just kind of be a crack shot when it like, I gotta like watch it like face in the screen, and when it goes, like just try to hit it like right when it flies past the Thargoid. Oh my gosh. It's not always stick jitter. I mean, I feel like sometimes I feel like it isn't stick jitter and it still is stick jitter. That's what it feels like. But like when I look at it in afterthought, I'm like, oh, I missed that just of my own accord, and then I really think about it and I'm like, stick jitter might have played a part. Oh, I never deployed my cargo scoop. Oh, I'm so bad. Yeah, give me those materials. Yo, all 3 of my collector limpets decided to fuck off. Sad. Oh, is it because I went out of range of them? I don't even know. I don't screw with limpets enough. I'm just big shooty. Like shooting stuff. Like, watch the jitter. Down, 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 down. Can't fly straight at stuff. This is what happens when I try to fly straight at stuff. It's so trash. Requires at least one hand to like try to fly at stuff. I don't see any scouts. Is one of these guys wanted? Yes. They're gonna get the pew pew. I don't even care about nothing. It's time for you to pay for your crimes. These are actually really good combat weapons. These Mbuni plasma chargers. Aw, dang. Well, we tried. There's a lot of scouts on this site. What is that, 6 of them? Hell yeah, let's go. Make sure we deploy our cargo scoop. Maximize throughput on materials. Oh goodness. Stick jitter. I blame stick jitter! Oh my god. Stick jitter makes this already painful game so much more painful. I mean, scans are really what we need. Why aren't my limpets doing anything? Pissing me off, limpets. Made a little less jitter and a little more shooting. There we go. Bro, the frames, like right when I go to shoot. That is the type of shit. Oh my god, the jitter right when I try to shoot. It's like constant, like, oh, are you skilled enough? Well, too bad anyway. I lose 1 frame right when my reticle hits them. Just that it's impossible to hit them. Beautiful. Where's my limpets at? I might synth more limpets. Just for the sake of time. There's my limpets. Being all cute. I love my little R2-D2s. They're so good. Stick drifts and frame dropping can't stop R2-D2. Frame drops, I should say. Where's this last guy? Afraid? Come here. Better be afraid. Yeah, that's 1.13 kilometers away. One of you lipids, go get it. Why isn't my cargo scoop lowered? That's the real question. I lowered it. This game sometimes. And other times I hate it! In the nicest way. Alright, well that's that. I guess I'm just waiting for my carrier to show up. I'm gonna do a little check on my mats to see if I actually have everything I need before I jump back out, back into the bubble, I should say, in my carrier, because I'm like just outside the bubble. It's stationed here, but I'm just outside the bubble, really. And we're gonna do some Titan combat after I get my new weapons and stuff. But I'm gonna let this how-to with the title "How to Farm Those Mats" upload as a concise little video. So I'm gonna go ahead and restart the stream right now. But if you're watching this as like a VOD, like after the fact, cool cats, hippies, hip dogs, nerds, everything in between. Hope you have a good day.